everyone, and welcome to the Popcorn Bucket List, the podcast that keeps your movie bucket list up to date because those 1,000 movies to see before you die lists are just too daunting. I'm your host and resident ABBA fan, Gracie, and with me is Darrell, currently trapped in a time loop, and Sarah, the matron of honor who never was. How are you guys doing today?
Good.
Yeah, doing good. Feels good to be back.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yes, it has been. We did take a hiatus. I think it started off with me prepping for my wedding, and then it became school starting, and then it just took us some time to get back into the swing of things, I think. But on that note, I think we have something to talk about. So our subject today is in honor of the wedding that never happened because of, COVID and then hurricanes. I never got to have my wedding. Well, I did get to have my wedding. I am married. I didn't have the big shebang, the big hubbub, the whole 9 yards, the bridesmaids, the drinking, the band. I didn't get to do that. But no, oh, woe is movie, because I get to actually talk about something now that I care about, which is movies. So we decided to hurl ourselves back right from hiatus into the popular genre of wedding movies. Love them or hate them, they tend to be big blockbuster movies that never fail to bring in loads of cash. We thought we'd take it easy and walk down the aisle with some of our favorites. Sarah, do you want to go, talk us through some of your favorites?
Yeah. So let's see. I kind of picked mostly comedies because I'm a big comedy fan. So my first one is I Love You, Man, which is also one of my husband's favorite movies of all time. Because what's not to love about Jason Segel and Paul Rudd? They're hilarious, and I like the kind of bromance side of the wedding movie, like trying to find your best man when you don't have any friends. It's a great concept, and there's a lot of really good jokes. Yeah, so that's my first one.
Best Man is such an interesting concept, and that's why I like the concept. I've actually never seen it, but I know a lot about the movie. It's an interesting concept because like guys aren't like that. They're like, hey, you're my best bro, like stand with me as I marry this woman, like that you barely even know, or maybe you know a lot, I don't know. But like if you don't have like an inherent brother to like have that, token, thing, you're kind of like shit out of luck, excuse my French. Thankfully, I know Ross, my husband, he had, his brother, so he didn't have to worry too much about that. It was him having to ask a bunch of guy friends to match all my bridesmaids. That was the key. Darrell, have you seen
that's the
I Love
hard
You?
part. I have not seen that. No, wedding movies are not really my forte. Being a man and all.
I mean, I wouldn't say they're my forte either, but I feel like I could. I don't know. Maybe
I'm just less likely to have seen them, statistically speaking.
I guess so. I think you are.
This is a bro wedding movie.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. But I mean, like when I think of bro wedding movies, I'm just thinking of like Corpse Bride because that's like the first one I can remember seeing. So
Oh, that's
it's
a good
just
one.
great wedding movie, which I forgot even existed until like an hour ago. So
I didn't even
I haven't
think about
watched it
that
recently.
being a wedding movie.
Yeah, I just remember it giving me an existential crisis when I was a kid. So I was like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die one day. What do I do with this information?" But it has some catchy songs, so I got over it eventually.
Oh yeah.
I wish you just died like you did in Corpse Bride. They just turn
Right?
blue and go underground.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I just wanted to be like that. Just make it simple for me. But yeah, I mean that's not really one I'll talk about today because I do not remember it at all. But one I saw recently was Four Weddings and a Funeral, and
Oh
that
yes,
was
that was one. I have been so for Darrell and I have known each other for about what 2 years now, which is crazy. About 2 years, yeah.
yeah.
And I have been asking him to watch Four Weddings and a Funeral with me for that entire 2 years of our friendship. And we finally got to sit down and watch it like 2 weeks ago, and it was great. It was a monumental moment for our friendship. Four Weddings and a Funeral is one of my favorites too. So I mean, obviously, because I forced you to watch it, but
There's nothing like dry British humor and just, Hugh Grant just kind of stuttering his way through another performance.
love a classic Hugh Grant. That was such an interesting one to me because it's inherently it's funny, and I've seen it so many times that I forgot how funny it was until I was watching it with you, because then I could like really like laugh at the moments because I was watching it with you for the first time. But like, oh my gosh, it's a heart wrencher, man. Like it just like stabbed you in the heart with that funeral. Like,
Yeah, you're like, oh
and
my God, I care. I didn't think I
yeah.
would.
And it's a weird one. It's a weird concept. I don't know if maybe Brits have a different view on weddings. Like these people, they knew each other for like 3 months and they're like, we're getting married. Like, haha. And I'm like, oh, that stresses me out.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Can't do
Like,
that.
yeah, no. But that one's fun. And I guess I guess I would say that one's a comedy. I don't know. I feel like it's a really nice blend of comedy and drama to kind of not feel like it's, you know, potty humor and things like that. Like uh some other wedding movies that we have on our list. Well, Darrell talked about Four Weddings and the Funeral, which is one of mine, but my favorite is Mamma Mia. Obviously, like I have to talk about Mamma Mia because I watched it on the day I got married. So I got married on my original wedding date, and I made Sarah watch that with me because I was all like, yeah, I was like, I need to watch a wedding movie. I think I ended up buying it because I couldn't find it anywhere, and I was like, I don't care, just charge my card. But I like that one because it's interesting, and it brings up the idea of like what is a wedding movie, because it really doesn't have anything to do with the wedding. Like obviously she wants her father to walk her down the aisle, but like it's more about her parents rather than her and her husband or future husband, I guess. And I know we were talking about that being like one of our questions, you know, like what makes a wedding movie, you know?
Mm-hmm.
What would you guys say?
I mean, I feel like a wedding movie has to have like, it doesn't necessarily have to be about the wedding, but it has to be a movie where like if there isn't a wedding in it, then the movie doesn't make any sense or exist. Like, I don't know, because like earlier we mentioned like Cinderella, which has like a wedding at the end, but it's like it's not really a wedding movie because it's like the movie can exist without the wedding. The wedding is not the most important thing. So
The
that's kind of
Princess
my
Bride.
criteria.
The Princess Bride, I never even thought about that as being a wedding movie. Like, I get it, like it's Princess Bride, but like I never ever thought of that as a wedding movie.
Yeah, but I mean the wedding is important to the plot of the film.
Mhm.
You don't even have the name without it, so it's
Yeah.
weird to call it a wedding film, but technically it is.
Mm. I guess The Hangover would be another one. They wouldn't be going on a bachelor trip if it weren't for the wedding,
Yeah,
I guess.
I mean they could just go out and just hang.
I like
That's why
The
it's called The
Hangover.
Hangover.
Exactly.
There you
The
go.
Hangover. Haha.
I really like The Hangover. That one's a really fun one. I still laugh at that one.
I haven't seen it in so long. I can't believe you haven't seen Wedding Crashers. Speaking of
Okay,
ridiculous
call
wedding
out.
comedies.
Thanks. Well, okay. When I think wedding comedies and I think older wedding comedies, I think like The Wedding Planner and Monster in Law with like Jennifer Lopez, like early J Lo, like early 2000s J Lo. that's what I think of, like peak wedding comedy. So
Oh yeah, Matthew McConaughey back in his
oh,
rom-com days.
classic,
Oh yeah.
classic. Yes. One of them, so Matthew McConaughey is in The Wedding Planner, and that's the one where she picks out the M&Ms and she only eats the brown ones because those aren't artificial flavoring.
Yeah.
Because she's so quirky, you know. And then like Monster-in-Law, she's like a scattered dog walker who marries like the son of a ex, you know, TV show host, and that's hysterical because it's really about, you know, her and his mom. It's not about them, I guess. So I don't know. That's what I think of when I think wedding comedies. I don't think Wedding Crashers, I guess. I don't know.
Even though it has wedding in the title.
I know. Oh, well, and there's another one, Princess Diaries 2, The Royal Engagement. That's one of my favorites. Got a classic.
Oh my god. I rewatched that like not too long ago because I watched The Princess Bride, or I mean not The Princess Diaries, and I was like, oh man, this movie is great. And then I watched Princess Diaries 2 and I was like, wow, that movie is so bad. Sorry, Grace. But
Chris
I hated
Pine.
it.
Wow.
Chris Pine.
Wait, Chris Pine's in it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
He plays the not love interest, but becomes love interest.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Yes. He's
That
like,
sleepover scene with Raven Simone.
that's
it's
what
like
I
one of the
wanted
most awkward.
I wanted my bachelorette party to be like that, but I never got a bachelorette party. So why
We were gonna slide down the staircase.
That's what I wanted.
Dang it.
I wanted Julie Andrews to start singing to me, Raven Simone to come out, rock it out, like randomly. There was no need for Raven Simone to be in that movie. None at all.
I mean, it was mid 2000s. He has to be in everything that's
Basically.
Disney related. That's just how it
Yeah.
is.
Did they
Definitely.
make a third one?
I feel like they did make
No.
a third one.
No, I don't think there was a Princess Diaries 3.
I mean, it has
That's
to
how
be a
you know
trilogy.
2 was
why?
a flop. If there isn't a third one, then I stand by it being terrible.
Nope,
Seen.
they're making a Princess Diaries 3.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Soon.
Yes.
One day we'll get the final film of the trilogy.
There was a royal update as of a month ago. So there you go.
A royal update. Is Anne Hathaway in it?
She has to be. There's no Princess of Genovia if not for Anne
Queen.
Hathaway. Oh yes, she's queen now. Sorry.
Queen of Genovia.
18 years after the first film.
Okay, so it's like Blade Runner 2049, basically.
That's it. Princess Diaries. This is the Blade Runner of teeny bop movies.
It's a new princess searching for Anne Hathaway. It's like, where have you been for 20 years?
Oh,
I would
my
be there
God.
for that.
Stan Lee is in that, Darrell. It's a Marvel movie, okay?
Yes, awesome.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he has like 2 lines, and it's like he learned his English from the Three Stooges or something like that. Like, why Stan Lee? Like, was he a fan of the first movie? I don't know. Like, was he on set that day? Like,
I'd like to point out I have seen this movie according to my IMDb list. I have seen both of the Princess Diaries movies. I just don't remember anything about them except that Anne Hathaway was in it.
He shows her how to like shoot a bow or whatever because she has to do it for her coronation.
Mhm.
And then she steps up against the parliament and says she doesn't have to marry to be queen, and you know, so on and so forth.
Of course. All thanks to Stan Lee. Thank you,
Yes.
Stan Lee.
Stan Lee, the real hero of Princess Diaries 2. Oh my gosh. Well, since we kind of talked about like, you know, what we think a wedding movie is, I thought we could do, well, Sarah came up with this really fun idea of FMK, Fuck, Marry, Kill, but for wedding movies, because that totally works with this. So we're gonna say for fuck, it's like your guilty pleasure. And excuse me, I'm gonna curse next couple minutes because she put in a segment called "Fuck, Mary Kill." So
I
I
put an
guess I
asterisk
have.
on the U.
Well, I guess you're gonna have to bleep it. So you better bleep it, Sarah. You're the
Oh, no.
editor. You put this in here.
It's probably not happening. This podcast is now rated M.
This is the
Yes.
explicit one.
So
Everybody.
so fuck is guilty pleasures. Mary is you have to watch it every month or something like that, and kill is never watch it again. I have a very clear, I think, representation for these three. But I'm interested to know what your guys' is. Your guys is
Y'all's
Well,
is.
before we get into it, I have to make an amendment. It wasn't my idea. It was actually George's idea, which y'all
yeah.
remember from the last episode.
Oh
for
God,
musicals.
that was so long ago.
Yes, if you
Musicals
remember
really
our
was our
shows.
last episode.
Isn't that so sad?
Wow.
Yeah, if y'all remember our show's continuity, George was our last guest. We have lore now, just so you know.
Oh my God.
But yeah, yeah, I thought it was
What did we do
What-
musicals for? What musical came out?
In the Heights.
In the
In
Heights.
the Heights, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was
And
a
also,
while
this
ago.
is coming out in October. We should be doing spooky movies right now. Why are we doing wedding?
It was
start
for
over.
you, Gracie.
It was for me, my wedding that never happened.
Well, that's why
so
we're playing Fuck, Marry, Kill to bring some
okay.
levity to the situation.
this is my bachelorette party.
It feels nice to be involved.
Darrell, you would have been invited if I ever had one. You're my friend. Who cares? Okay. All right, Sarah, what is your FMK?
So I'll just like rapid fire say and then go into it. So my fuck is gonna be I Love You Man. My marry is gonna be Bridesmaids, and my kill is gonna be Ready or Not. So I feel like I Love You Man is my guilty pleasure because like it's just such a bro movie, and like it's not like a great movie, but it's fun and I love Paul Rudd. So it's a guilty pleasure for that reason. Bridesmaids never ceases to be funny. I've seen it so many times and I enjoy it every single time. And the only reason I picked Ready or Not for kill is because I was just picking my 3 favorite wedding movies that I like kind of remember, and I love Ready or Not. But this is supposed to be a hard game. So I'm killing Ready or Not because once you watch a horror movie and see the ending,
No,
that's kind of it.
No. No. And I haven't even seen Ready or Not.
It's great. Oh my God.
I tried
I
to
love
find it.
Samara
It's-
Weaving. I love her so much.
I
It's so
freaking
good.
love her. She's in The Babysitter, and it's one of my favorite like teeny bop horror movies right now.
But I wanted this to be hard.
Okay, I'll take that. Mine's not hard because I knew exactly what mine was. My guilty pleasure or my fuck is I'm gonna have to go a tie between Mamma Mia because Colin Firth and Crazy Rich Asians because I freaking love that movie and I cry at the wedding scene like every time. And if I had a big giant wedding ceremony, I was gonna use the same rendition of Can't Help Falling in Love with You that the lady does in her wedding, because it was like my favorite version and I cry every time I hear that song. So but yeah, between Mamma Mia and Crazy Rich Asians, those are my guilty pleasures. And also just because like I can watch those whenever, it doesn't matter, just throw it on in the background, that kind of thing. Mary is going to be 4 Weddings and a Funeral because I don't even like I just watch it every month. It seems like it's definitely a movie I put on just because I'm like, I need a good cry or I need a good laugh. Like, let me have some Hugh Grant, bumbling British humor, that kind of thing. That's one of my favorites. And then kill, and this is not hard for me. This is actually the easiest decision of the entire list, 27 Dresses. I hate 27 Dresses. I hate the girl. I hate the characters. I hate all the characters. Every character in that movie sucks. And also, like, who would, how many friends do you, like, how many shitty friends do you have? No one has 27 friends, not even 27 acquaintances. I could name 10 people I talk to on the regular basis, and not even all those people are bridesmaids. Like, some of those bridesmaids I haven't talked to in a while. They're just like, they were friends and they're still considered really good friends, but I don't talk to them. Like, I'm not gonna ask some random lady who like held my drink at a party to be my bridesmaid. It's never that important. I promise you, it's never that important. If your lineup doesn't match, it's okay, because you know what? Some people could get pregnant and not want to stand in your wedding, and you're not going to find out until a week before the wedding that suddenly they're insecure about the way their body looks and they don't want to be in your wedding. So I promise you, it's never going to be perfect. And I promise you that all those characters are shitty, and don't watch that movie. I'm sorry, off my rant.
Damn.
Look,
Well, if we're just
she
picking
sabotages.
shitty movies.
No, she sabotages her sister's wedding by calling her out because like her sister pretends to be a vegan or something like that, and like lies to like have this guy fall in love with her. And then she's like, "Oh, I'm getting married. Be my maid of honor." And then like in the middle of her rehearsal dinner, she shows like videos of her eating like ribs and like doing all this crazy stuff and not being like the woman that she says she's going to be. Everybody's just shitty. No one deserves that. And I'm sorry. Don't watch it. Who's the guy in that movie? Is that Chris Pine?
I don't know. It's been so
Is it
long.
Chris Pine
I saw
again?
it once forever ago, but I mean, if we're just picking shitty movies, though, then I'll just kill Princess Diaries too. Really, like,
no.
Just throw it under the bus.
I was trying to make it hard. I picked my 3 favorite wedding movies, and I had to choose between them.
Oh, it's James Marsden.
Same
yeah.
person.
Literally the same person.
Like, he's like the same exact person back
Yeah.
then, especially. So
I hate that movie, like with every fiber of my being. Like, I can't stand it. And it's like one of those movies that's always on. And you're like, why? Like, you're not a good movie. Even like the montage scene of her trying all the dresses on is just ridiculous. Because you hate the guy. Because the guy is using her for a story and is not at all a nice guy. Like, everybody's just a crappy guy. Even the love interest is a crappy guy. Like, everybody's crappy.
Needless to say, this movie should not be on your popcorn bucket
yeah,
list.
Don't put it on your
list,
popcorn. Just
apparently.
avoid it. If it, honestly, actually, I was about to kill myself if I owned it. Okay, no, I don't. Okay, it jumps from 1408 to 28 days later, and then it goes to an affair to remember. So we don't have to worry about it. Okay.
I'm gonna like check on my shelf and see it's right there. Like, oh my god, it's here.
Wow.
How did you get here? It happened
I
again.
slid it into Darrell's pile of movies that I gave him. All right.
Showing up.
Darrell, what is your FMK?
Let's see. Mine is a little difficult because, to be perfectly honest, most of the wedding movies I have seen I actually really like. Honestly, of all the movies I've seen, the worst one is probably Monster-in-Law, but I wouldn't necessarily even put that in my kill list because I do enjoy it. So let's see.
It's so funny. The nut scene. I'm sorry. Oh, I need to rewatch that movie. That's a good movie.
That's the thing, is that it's like, it's a rewatchable movie.
Mhm.
But I think I would have to put, so in my fuck category, I'd have to put Bridesmaids. Because Bridesmaids is awesome. It is excellent. It's a movie I don't feel like I need to watch a lot, but it is something that like I will come back to occasionally. Like, if it's on TV, I will stop and watch it, kind of thing. I don't have cable, so I don't do that anyway. My
Millennial
Mary,
struggle.
right? Except when I'm visiting my parents, they're the only people I know who actually have like cable consistently. So
Same. We all go over to watch our parents' cable.
We all go over to watch a movie that we could just pull up on Netflix and not sit through
Yeah.
commercials for, but
What's
Like
on
nice-
HBO today? 27 dresses.
It's like, oh, it's nice of you to come visit us. Yeah. I just need to get to the cable real quick.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
all.
What's playing today?
My Mary is the newest movie I've seen in general would be Palm Springs, because
Ooh.
Palm Springs is like completely centered around a wedding, and it's just an excellent movie. It's so funny. Honestly, I think it's like my new like depression movie. It's a movie like I have like a small list of movies that I think like when I'm depressed, like yeah, this will do it. This will make me either more sad and that's a good thing, or less sad and that's a good thing.
That's
This
for a
makes
wedding
me
and a funeral.
a little
for
less
me.
sad.
Okay.
But yeah, it's super. It's so good. It's just so funny and unique for like a time loop movie.
Okay.
yeah,
so-
that was
So it's like
such a
Groundhog's
good
Day.
movie.
Yeah, it's a Groundhog Day
Mhm.
movie, but it's like the characters are like, well, yeah, whatever. This
I
kind of
loved
sucks.
it.
Highly recommend it. Let's see. But what do I have on here? What's my kill? I think I'm going to, and I'm sorry, Grace. I'm gonna have to kill Four Weddings and a Funeral. I liked it, but not as much as the other two that I just talked about.
I'm so sad.
It was the kind of movie where like, wow, that was really good. I will probably never watch this again on my own volition.
Okay, it's funny because like I watch it probably like once a month. Like my husband hates that movie because he's like, why are we watching this again? And he gets mad because every time he like surfaces from his phone, it's always like in the same scene. You know? But I wanted you to watch it because that movie has some of the worst ADR I have ever seen in my life.
It is pretty
Like,
bad. It's insane.
And it's a blockbuster film. Like that's a big movie and it is horrendous.
And it's funny how they never even tried to fix it or anything. Like it's been
No.
out for like, almost 30 years at this point. They're just like, no, this is good. This is fine.
There's like moments, Sarah, where he uses the word fuck and they like put in bugger because they wanted to keep it as a PG-13 movie or something like that.
Oh god.
And then he's clearly saying like he's like hitting his head against a wall saying fuck and it's going bugger it's awful. And then like there's an entire scene in the rain, okay?
Yeah, like the
And
last
it's, like,
scene of the movie.
the last scene of the
The
movie,
most important
okay?
scene of the movie.
And it's like they went like 30 days later, they went, oh god, the rain is too loud. We need to record everything over again. And it was like awful. Like, and they didn't even try. And like Hugh Grant has this annoying thing where his mouth doesn't move anyway. Like he just like talks without moving his lips. and it's just awful. It's so bad. And then they're like, he'll turn his head and they just add words. Like he wouldn't even move his mouth. He just add moves. I'm like, no, what? Like, I'm sorry. And I'm like, I'm probably making fun of someone who works really hard. And I know it, like, we all have either are working or work in some form of video industry. And we know that editing is hard.
But
They also probably got paid a whole lot more than we ever did.
Oh yeah.
right?
And
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
excuse.
dude. And maybe I should go look up his like, list of movies. I don't know. What if he never worked again? Like this is like I'm sorry, like, but it's bad. Like whoever produced it, whatever like production company needs to go back and redub it. Like just Hugh Grant hasn't changed in the last 20 to 25 years. You could probably just use him again. Like he's
Yeah.
fine.
Just refilm the whole scene, actually.
It's
Him
so
and
bad.
Andy McDowell, perfect. Just refilm it. They'll be fine.
If you have the time to like watch it, just watch it knowing that the ADR is bad, and just you can. It changes the whole movie experience. It doesn't change the fact that I still love that movie.
It is a very good movie. It is really funny and very clever. but it is the kind of movie where I'm like, that was good. I can move on with my life.
Yeah. See, to me, it's
Never
like one of
again.
those movies that like I see things like every single time I watch it. Like I
Uh-huh.
see like I get more of like the friend group because it's kind of a ensemble-y feel. Like it, I wouldn't say it's an ensemble cast. Like I don't think it's built to be an ensemble cast because it's about him. It's not about really the whole group, but the like every time I watch it, I'm like seeing like different connections and like you can see like actors making choices. Like there are two that are brother and sister, and you can see that they've made choices to like make it look like they're related, but not like weird, like, oh, we're brother
Hmm.
and sister, we're hanging out together, that kind of thing. And then is it John Hannah?
Yeah.
What's his name? John Hannah is just like heart wrenching to watch, and this like really young um for those who don't know, John Hannah's the brother in The Mummy. So
Mhm.
he's the bumbling idiot in that, but in this one, he is like the heart-wrenching character and he just kills you. You're watching it and he kind of is like the serious, like, oh, what if we married for love? And like all this type of things. He kind of brings the levity down and heart-wrenching.
Yeah,
My heart.
he's excellent. Him and his
His
partner in that movie are
performance
just the best.
so good. His performance so good in that one. And honestly, if you were to watch it, just watch it for the funeral scene. But you have to watch the whole thing to get the funeral scene. So
Yeah.
and
You won't
and
truly appreciate it without
there's like so
the
many
rest of
hidden
it.
things. Like Alan Cumming is in the background of the funeral scene. Darrell,
Wait,
I don't
is
know if
he?
you. Yes.
I didn't pick up on
Yeah, I
that.
meant to tell you. I meant to point him out, but yeah, he's in the background because so the you basically it boils down to that the character John Hannah's character is gay and they don't really say it. It's very interesting. They talk about like, oh, you know, for all intents and purposes, two of us were married, but like they never say that they were like lovers or anything like that. And then you get to the funeral scene and all the people in the background, there's like his family, his friends, and then all the people in the background are very like subdued, like, like dressed. And then there's Alan Cumming in the back. And it was like this nod to like gay culture and that you know, time period, I guess. I don't know. I think it's a very interesting, weird nod. Yeah. Alan Cumming is I'm trying to think of something relevant aside from Spied Kids.
Aside from
Wait,
Spy
we
Kids.
love Spy Kids here, so
We do
who's
love
in
Spy Kids around here.
He was
But
Floop. He was Floop in
yes, he
Spy
is
Oh,
Augustus
Kids.
Gloop.
okay. See, now
I
I know
mean,
who he is.
I think of X-Men too when I
There
think
you
of
go.
Alan
Okay, okay,
Cumming.
okay.
But
Yeah,
I'm
there you
glad
go.
we brought Spy Kids up again
Hey,
because that's the
if
only movie
everyone is
series that
keeping
actually
up,
matters.
if everyone's
Like,
keeping up with the bucket list, they should have seen Spy Kids as well
Yeah,
because we
yes.
highly
again, part of the
recommended
lore of
it.
the show is Spy Kids 2 is the greatest.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, I can't harp on that one enough. And I'm really mad that you killed it.
I'm sorry, I couldn't think of
Okay,
anything else to
okay.
kill today.
So Grace, we know that you hate 27 Dresses with like a burning passion, but if you had to kill one of your favorites on this list, which one would you kill?
Yes, what would it be?
The Wedding Planner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because I like Monster in Law better. I think there's better comedy in Monster in Law.
Mhm.
I probably would have picked Bridesmaids, but I've only seen it once. And I don't want to harp on that too many times because like Sarah knows I never saw it. Like when it came out, I missed the whole. It was during the time period of my life where I was like, I don't want to watch that because all the cool people are watching that. So, and apparently I'm not cool. So I'm not going to watch it. So, like, I didn't get the jokes and all this stuff, like her freaking out on the plane. Like, I remember people in high school, like, really hyping that one up. I think it was a high school. What year was Bridesmaids?
That's a good question.
2011.
2000,
Yeah, so high school.
That
So
was
yeah,
high
that was
school.
definitely a pretentious film, Grace time period. That was when I was like, I like movies that are really cool. And
I like film.
Definitely film bro territory for Gracie. So I missed Bridesmaids until I think you and my sister got mad at me for not having seen it for
Yeah,
my
'cause
wedding.
it's amazing.
And I really liked it. I really liked it, but I don't want to kill it because I think I did enjoy that more than I would have the wedding planner or have the wedding planner. I don't know. Something about Matthew McConaughey as like a douchey, rich New Yorker and not like a scruffy. I don't know. I'm not
You
big
don't
on
like
the
his
McConaughey.
librarian look?
No, I'm not big on his librarian look. And like I think it's like all of like I don't like Failure to Launch. I think that's that one. No.
What
No.
about How to Lose a
No.
Guy in 10 Days?
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days. I'm
He's
not a
also
really
a
big
failure
fan
to
of that.
launch.
Yeah. I don't like any of those movies. So I'm not big on his rom-coms, I guess. I don't know. I like his serious stuff. I think he's better at serious stuff. So.
I agree.
But I can appreciate a
agree as well.
McConaughey.
All right.
I like Interstellar. That's what I'm gonna put
Interstellar,
out.
there you go.
Interstellar and Dazed and Confused are the two I'm gonna throw out there.
Dazed and Confused, classic. Can't go wrong.
And True Detective if we want to creep into TV
Oh
for a
my
second.
god!
Oh, there you go,
Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh, yes. Actually, I take it back. True Detective is number one for me.
Mhm.
God, I love that show. That first season is so good.
Mhm.
Ah,
Add it to your bucket list. Watch the first season of True Detective.
This is a
It's
strictly
movie.
movie bucket list or a strictly
Yes.
movie podcast, but add that.
Yes, you
oh,
have to throw that on there, please.
Well, guys, that's about it for weddings. Do we want to talk about like what we've been watching lately? We spent a lot of time in hiatus, so I don't know if anybody else. I know Darrell, I'm sure, watched a lot of movies because Darrell will be like, "I watched 47 movies this weekend. What did you do?" And
Oh,
I'll
I
go,
can't do that.
I watched one movie this entire month. So
I'm more like I watched a lot of one specific TV show and nothing else.
I did that this weekend.
I
That
watched
was
a lot
me.
of What We Do in the Shadows recently.
Oh,
the
Yes.
entirety
I
of it.
love that
Oh
one.
my god, this new season is so good.
It is so good. I haven't seen the most recent episode, but I started the show like 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4
Oh.
weeks ago before the third season came out. I was like, oh my god, this is great. I've been missing this the whole time.
It
So-
is definitely one of my favorite TV shows of all time.
I did The Haunting of Bly Manor, the Mike Flanagan.
Mm.
So his new one just came out, Midnight Mass. And I know they're not related, but I felt like I needed to watch Bly Manor finally so that I could enjoy Midnight Mass.
Yeah.
Raul Coley in Bly Manor, though, like I know this is a year late, but oh my God, some of the best acting. Like he's so good.
Yeah.
And I know him from like video game content. So that was so good. But I watched so I think I watched the Marvel stuff. I've been watching the What If series. That's really good. I saw Shang-Chi this weekend. That was really good. Probably my favorite Marvel movie since Doctor Strange. I don't count Endgame or Infinity War. I think they're only good because of the hype. Does that make sense? I don't know. And I really like Spider-Man too, but like this one was different. It hit different. Like I really liked this one.
Yeah, it felt very different from it didn't feel like another Marvel film, I think, because I didn't know anything about the hero at all.
Yes.
So it just felt like a cool action movie.
I also just loved the fight scenes.
They were
Like,
great. They were so entertaining.
I grew up with a guy who did that type of fighting in high school, well, elementary school and high school, and then he is now a stuntman on Cobra Kai.
Oh, cool.
And so it's really cool because I was watching it and I was like, "Are you in here, John? Like, I feel like I see you." And I'm like, "Oh, this would be totally his movie. Like, I bet you he's in here somewhere." But like, just watching it and appreciating this, like that bus scene is
it's perfect.
so cool. Sarah, did you see that one yet?
No.
Oh, you need to see it. The lore is really cool too. Like the lore of the movie, like, and all the fun creatures and things like that. I don't want to get into it. No spoiler territory, but and then the twist when it happens, not the twist, but there's a moment where something appears and you're like, "Oh my God, they're doing this." And it was a cool moment. So, what about you guys? What have you seen lately?
Well, I saw several good horror movies. I saw
saw Candyman.
Malignant. You saw Candyman? I
Yes.
almost saw it again yesterday, actually.
Oh, totally worth it. Oh my God.
Yeah,
Oh,
Candyman is so good. It's like, oh, I love how it looks. It's a beautiful looking movie.
Nia
Like the opening
DaCosta
sequence
was
is just
perfect. No other
perfect.
choice. Nia
Yeah.
DaCosta was the only one who ever could do that. Like, my mom fell asleep in the last 5 minutes of the movie.
Ah.
I'm throwing her under the bus. I was so mad at her. She woke up and she went, "What did I miss?" I was like, "I don't know, the whole movie."
The entire point, I guess. I don't know.
Literally the most important part of that movie.
I still haven't seen that either, but I think I'll probably see that before the Marvel movie. But
I did the
don't know.
same
We'll
thing.
see,
I went
we'll
and saw
see.
that one first.
Well, like that and Malignant were both really, really good.
I've heard so many
I
things about Malignant. I've heard people hate it with
Malignant
like
is so weird and I
It's
love
very
it. It's just
divisive.
bizarre. It's
I
great.
haven't seen it yet either. It's on my list for this weekend. Because I've heard the third act is where it hits good.
It does. It hits
So
real
I'm
hard.
I'm excited. But then I've also like read other reviews where like people are like, "This is shit. Don't spend your time." And I'm like, but it's my baby James Wan. Like, I gotta give it time. But I also don't want to pay for it right now because I'm broke. So like I'm like trying to watch it while it's still on HBO Max. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I like the HBO Max feature, even though I have seen most of my recent movies in theaters. So I've been doing pretty good.
I mean, it's useful. It's the future of film in a sense. It's like just release it here and in theaters. Why not? I mean, I like seeing it in theaters, but it's
I do
like
too.
it just makes it easier for people.
Hmm.
So, I mean, if people can go see Suicide Squad just at home, like that's great.
Oh,
That's
I did watch
awesome.
Suicide Squad. That one was
yeah,
surprisingly really fun. I enjoyed
I
that
love
one.
that.
So
yeah,
I watched that during the hurricane that was destroying
Yeah.
my wedding venue.
yeah. I also watched that one on HBO. I didn't go see it. Actually, I think the last new movie I saw in theaters was The Green Knight.
Oh, really? Okay.
Oh, we did all go see The Green Knight. We didn't get to
Yes.
talk about that.
Yeah.
Oh, we should talk about that. What did we all think? Throw it back like 3 months.
Yeah. I have to remember.
I really loved it. I thought it was like just so different for like what it was. Like, I don't know, like you're normally when you watch something of that like fantasy type, it's just so big and grand. And like this was so like centered and like strange. And I thought it was really beautiful.
I had to I felt like I wasn't liking it throughout the entire movie. And then I remembered what it was and I went, "Oh, I like it now because it's perfect. Like it's perfectly told the way it needs to be told in, medieval literature. Like
Hmm.
that's how you read medieval literature and that like sequestered, I guess, chapters, of a knight's tale, I guess. And I just love the imagery. The crown coming down onto his head on fire is just,
Yeah.
oh, it's just so. And honestly, the crown itself is good. And then it's star-studded.
It
It
is
like,
like surprisingly.
where did all this cast come from? Like, is so good. I think Darrell and I spent like an hour in the parking lot talking about it after the movie. It was a 3-hour long movie. We spent another hour in the parking lot.
Yeah, that was I liked it. It's one of those movies I didn't love it, but I liked it because it was weird, it was different, and I feel like I keep thinking about the ending of the film a lot, just because like it was very not abrupt. It wasn't abrupt, but it was like, oh, that's how the movie ends. That makes sense. That's exact. Why would it end any other way? Of course, it ends this way. This is how life works. I don't know. It's just a perfect ending for me, I guess. I don't know. I There's lots of weird things about the movie, and I just enjoy that he just embraced the weirdness like this. It's just here's just a weird story. Go enjoy this beautiful looking weird story. It doesn't make any sense. It's not supposed to. Just go watch the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't write the story. Somebody else did.
What are some movies that we're looking forward to?
Dune.
Oops, Sarah, you're a robot. You're a robot. Straighten out your cord. Okay, now you're good.
Oh,
What the
that was
fuck?
fast.
That was
Wow.
ridiculous. Oh, okay. So what are we all looking forward to? I know I got a couple on my list. So I'm
Well,
interested to see what's on y'all's.
definitely Dune comes out
Oh.
in just like a few weeks from now,
No,
so
no, doesn't it come out next week?
it might be next week. I don't know. It
Hold
comes
on.
out
Did
super
they, unless
soon.
they changed it, it was on my calendar for next week.
I
Hold
did
on.
see it on your calendar.
June release date.
Give me a
He can
day.
he can make
Okay,
anything,
nope.
and I'll go watch it though. Like I
October
trust him
22nd.
wholeheartedly.
Okay.
Oh,
So a
okay.
couple weeks. So they must have pushed it back.
Okay.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
I
So
like
I have
just
time to
rewatched
wait.
Blade Runner, so I was just like, ah, yes, I can't wait for Dune. I'm so ready. My body is ready. Just give me this sandy film. I can't wait to get this.
I have a feeling I've read some reviews and they're either we really love it or we really hate it. So
Yeah, that's what I've seen
I'm like,
too.
I don't know what to expect. And I know nothing about Dune. I know like precious little about Dune. And it's definitely one of those like books and, I guess worlds that I've always wanted to get in, but I don't have the heart to.
Yeah, I've
Yeah, I've
even
never actually seen the original movie either. Like I feel like maybe I should.
no.
No,
You,
I've heard
you
that you
really
shouldn't.
don't have to.
I know, but I kind of want to compare.
It will be an interesting film to compare. Just watching like the trailer after I saw the original movie, I was just like, "Whoa, this is like." Now I see what David Lynch really wanted to do. I feel so bad for him because even the trailer's like, "This trailer's a better movie than the movie he made."
I'm looking forward to The Matrix. I got the first
Oh
I watched
yes,
the the trailer for in front of the Marvel movie and I was like crying in my like I was so excited
I
and
teared up a little
it
bit.
looks so good so I'm hoping it's like I'm really nervous. It's one of those movies that I'm actually nervous about because like I feel like, like Dune, I'm excited about, but like if it's crap, like I'm not like invested, like my life isn't invested in this. The
Mm,
Matrix is like the Matrix, you know?
right? It's like they
and,
already messed it up
and
twice.
they've already messed it up twice. So like, I feel like I'm just really nervous about this one, guys. Are there anything else that you guys are excited about? There's the new Venom is coming out, Carnage, Woody Harrelson, which I think is a very interesting casting
Bizarre
choice for
choice.
Carnage.
Mm. My big one we're gonna cover for my birthday episode, which is Last Night in Soho, Edgar Wright's
Oh
new movie.
yeah.
Oh yes. Forgot about that
'Cause I
one.
can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. Comes out, I think, the day before Halloween.
Yeah, I
Definitely
Nice.
that
think
weekend,
so.
maybe the
Yeah.
29th or something. But yeah, I am
Oh,
really,
Adam's
really
Family
hyped.
too. Adam's Family too.
Oh,
I'm excited for. I know that's silly, but
I
I
like how
love
that's
that.
just in the same league.
yeah.
Not the first shade of Adam's Family too, because I actually do like the first one.
The first one's so good. I loved it.
I
I'm
can't get
mad that
past the progressive ad that I keep seeing with Adam's Family 2 on Hulu in it.
oh, I see. I haven't seen that, so I don't.
It's awful.
I
They
don't want
made
to see it.
Flow
Oh
like a
God.
3D.
Oh God.
It's so bad.
In Adam's Family style, I bet that's
Hmm
I don't like that.
I
There's
also really don't like that they gave Hand an eye. Like, why'd they give
Oh,
him an
Thing
it's
eyeball?
has
a
an eye now?
watch, but it's a watch.
But
Oh,
it's an
it's a
Where
eye.
watch
he's
eye.
he's
But it's
wearing an
an eye.
Apple Watch. Yeah.
I don't like it.
I'm pretty. I was
He
watching
had
it
plenty
again.
personality.
Yeah, I didn't notice it until I think I watched it because I saw it a couple times last year or 2 years ago, whatever. And this year I watched it to like because Ross was like, "Oh, I haven't seen that one yet," and I was like, "You've definitely seen it because I watched it like 4 times in 1 year." But I noticed the watch and I was like, "Huh, that's an interesting choice. I never thought of that." Um, there's a big one we're not talking about, James Bond.
Oh yeah,
the
that
movie
exists. I
the
keep
movie we've been
forgetting.
waiting for like 3 years
Yeah,
now.
at this point it's like I can't I do want to see it because I do like James Bond movies, but really I just want to see what's her name? What is the
Anna
actress's
de
name?
Anna
Armas.
de Armas.
Well,
And
her, but the person who's like gonna
that's
be
why I'm
like
gonna see it.
the new
Yeah, me
like
too.
female 007. Like
Oh,
it's like
I don't remember her name.
La something.
There you
It's
go,
like
little
LaShawn.
something.
It's like Lashana Lynch or something like that. I have to get it right. No time to die. All right, let me see. Just want to make sure it. Lashana Lynch. It is Lashana Lynch. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm very excited for her because when I saw her just so badass in that first show, I was like, yes,
Yeah.
this is my new 007. She's gonna be awesome.
There
So
is also Jackass 4. Totally know you guys are excited about that, but there's a fun one that I wasn't sure about until I watched the trailer. Ron's Gone Wrong. Have you guys watched that
yes,
trailer?
I have seen that.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh, it kind of gives me the vibe of the Mitchells versus Machines
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
kind
that
of vibe.
movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically the idea is like every kid has a robot because that's how you make friends or something like that, and he wants one, and his dad finally gets him one, and it's broken. And it has like the wrong code in it or something, and of course it like wreaks havoc, and that kind of, I don't know, it just looks really cute and funny, and
Yeah.
I
So
think I'm gonna,
Chucky.
yeah,
Basically
basically
Chucky, but
Reboot
for
Chucky.
kids.
yeah.
Which isn't that also a thing? Is there like
They're
another
doing a
Chucky movie
TV
coming out?
show.
A
Yeah, they're
TV
doing a
show.
TV
Okay.
show. Oh, Ghostbusters, that's another one.
Mm.
Ghostbusters is another movie I'm waiting for 4 years.
Yes, this movie no
I'm-
one
I'm
asked
ex-
for
I'm-
again.
I'm kind of hyped for it though. I don't know. The trailer just
Mm.
got me really excited.
It is a good
Yeah.
trailer. I'll give it that. But I feel like the
Afterlife.
first movie is literally like a perfect movie. Like Ghostbusters 1 is so good. I've only seen it recently too, and I'm like,
I
oh
would
my
say that
God.
about Blade Runner too, though.
I mean, yeah, that's true. Nobody asked for that. Here it is. It's perfect.
What? Well, I would,
So-
if we're gonna go on. Nobody asked for that. Nobody asked for a West Side Story remake, so we're
Nobody
getting
asked for that. No, nah. I'm good. I'm good.
I didn't even
that.
like it. In
So
the
dumb.
first place.
Oh
This
gosh, I'm so upset. I'm
weekend.
My most hated movie.
Now you get to hate it again, but in 4K this time.
Oh, Clifford the Big Red Dog is supposed to be coming out, and I am
Oh,
not
you mean
gonna lie.
Nightmare Fuel?
No. I
That
cried.
behind the scenes photo.
No, I
It's straight up
cried at the
Nightmare Fuel.
trailer. Oh, I loved it. I'm
No.
so
I'll be seeing that
excited.
unless my niece drags me to it.
I'll go see it for the three of us.
No, I would like to live. No, I'm good.
Oh my goodness. I mean, there's also Spider-Man, which I'm not gonna lie, I may have like pooped my pants a little bit watching that trailer. So because I'm so excited, I'm not afraid of that.
When I saw Alfred Molina.
I
say,
literally
"Hello,
was
Peter."
like,
Oh, yes.
little handprint, like little claws came in, and I was like, oh my goodness.
It's like my boy. He lives. After all
I'm gonna
this
be really
time.
mad if that's it. Like it's just a cutaway. Like if that's the only moment we see him in.
Yeah, we're gonna
Like,
see him fight Tobey Maguire, and that's gonna be like it. That's gonna be
Yeah.
the whole scene, I bet,
Yeah.
or something like
I'm
that.
gonna be so mad. And like I'm so excited for the Green Goblin. Like, it's
Bring
just-
back Willem Dafoe.
bring back William. Oh, I'm just so mad. And I'm so mad because like everybody is denying that they're in the movie. And I'm like, Andrew Garfield, like, don't do this to me. Like, don't play with my heart. Like, please.
I didn't love Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man, but I loved Andrew Garfield while he was like being Spider-Man. Like all of his like just out in the wild stuff is so funny. Like that video
Yeah.
of him like taking a selfie with some girl in like a shitty Spider-Man costume, and she like pays him and he takes the mask off. He's like, yes.
Because yeah. I liked
love
him
that
as
video.
Oh,
I liked him
man.
as Spider-Man. I didn't like the movies. That was my problem with it. Like I didn't
I
like
thought
the
he was, like,
actual.
Too cool. Like
Yeah.
Peter needs to be a little dorkier.
Yeah,
I
I liked him as
think-
Spider-Man, not Peter Parker. That was my issue.
There, okay, I'll go with that. I like that. I liked him as Spider-Man, not as Peter Parker, because like I didn't like Tobey Maguire because I thought he was too dorky, and not cool enough. That's why
Tom
I think
Holland.
Tom Holland is like that perfect blend of like dorky but still kind of cool, you know, like
Mhm.
And he's hilarious, and Spider-Man is supposed to be funny. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
it's great. He's great.
Oh, well,
I just hope we get Tobey Maguire dancing around like in Spider-Man 3.
Like
if
an
he
int-
only does that, that's all I need, please.
oh my gosh. I love that moment in Into the Spider-Verse when they like call that out. And I'm like, that's such a good call out.
It is so good.
Oh my goodness. Speaking of Chris Pine being in Into the Spider-Verse,
Oh,
I always
right.
forget
Oh,
he's
yeah.
the first Spider-Man.
Mhm.
Yeah, the one that dies.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
It's fine.
You haven't
They're
seen
supposed to be
that
making
movie.
a sequel. They're supposed to
Yeah.
be making a sequel soon, hopefully. They spent
Yeah,
a
I can't
lot
wait
of
for
time on
that.
this one though, so I can imagine they'll spend a couple good years on this
Yeah,
one as well.
Take your time.
I'm okay. I can
I'm in
wait.
no hurry.
Yeah.
I can wait.
Yeah.
Well, guys, I think that's about all the time we have for tonight or today or in this episode. I don't know how to end it. It's been a while and I'm allowed to flub a little bit. My name is Gracie and you can find me at Gracie May with a Y and 3 E's on anywhere you see fit. Darrell, where can we find you?
If you want to yell at me on Twitter about random movie opinions, I will probably not notice it, but you can
Until I
reach me
mention it
there.
to him.
Yeah, until Grace shares something with me, you can probably reach me at Darth Darrell. That's Darth as in Vader, Maul, Sidious, take your pick, and Darrell, Darrell. Yeah. Also on Instagram, you're going to see one picture of me on Instagram.
It's a picture I took.
Well, I took a selfie of myself when I was on the beach, and I was like, yeah, I'll put this up there. That's the only picture I have. That was like 3 months ago. So
I love it. I haven't posted in nope, it was the day of the wedding. It was the day of the supposed to be wedding. And I said, hey guys, there's no wedding. Don't show up. Sarah, where can we find you?
You can find me at snotty_person on Twitter and at snotty.person on Instagram. And both of those are snotty with an IE, not a Y.
Classic. Check us out on our very badly monitored social medias for all your latest movie. We don't post movie news. We're really bad on our social media. We'll try and get better about it, but someone travels a lot for their actually 2 people travel a lot for their jobs, and I'm a preschool teacher, so none of us have time to run social media. But check us out at the Popcorn Bucket List on Instagram and at TPB_podcast on Twitter, because I remember the account name and I logged into it on my new phone, so I can finally be active again on that. Or you could just look us up, because who actually searches for handles anymore, and tune into our YouTube channel if you want to see our beautiful faces. We'll be uploading a video version of the podcast on Fridays after these ones premiere on wherever you listen to podcasts. I guess we post on Spotify. Are we a Spotify exclusive?
No, we're also on like the other podcasts, like,
I don't
Apple.
I don't even know where else to listen to podcasts. That tells
I
you
always
a lot.
share the Spotify link.
Well, we're a Spotify fan podcast over here, so
yes, give us money, Spotify,
I was gonna
please.
say Spotify, if you want to sponsor us, we totally take it.
Like, we can just be Spotify if you want.
Yes, we can. We can run
Make you a
Spotify
deal.
ads. We can do it all. You want to hear me read an ad? I think you could do great.
Yeah, what do you want? Just give us a ring. Come on.
Let us know. All right, guys. Well, it's good to see you, lovely people, and I've missed you, and I can't wait to talk horror movies for the next 3 weeks with you guys.
It's gonna get spooky up in here.
We're very spooky up in here. So I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.
Goodbye, everybody.